Welcome to One Chemistry. Always try to do your best. Now, let us see about 100 conversion in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episode. This is the episode number 47. If you didn't watch previous episode, I encourage you to go and see. Here, we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the question number 1. The starting metal is long chain alkyl group attached with both side alcohol and middle ketone is there. The molecule is symmetrical. You are using PTSA, which is acid, then benzene, then heat. Here they ask you to find the products. 4 products are given. The products are mostly differ in the position of oxygen and the relative difference between the oxygen. Oxygen is axial or equatorial or both axial and both equatorial. Here you have to understand that cyclization and stability of bicyclic system is the real question. The answer is A. Let us see how. The starting metal contain alcohol. You are using a PTSA. PTSA is the acid. What really happens is it makes the OH as a good leaving group. What really happens is PTSA activate the ketone and OH attack the ketone. So new 6-member heterocyclic system is formed. Then the OH also formed during the condensation. So condensation occurs. Then the next step, same PTSA attack OH. You remove the water there, so water eliminates. Same thing happen to next OH. So finally you have hetal kind of architecture. Here they ask you to find the product. The question is indirectly asking which hetal is stable. You might know that the heteroatom in the cyclohexane always prefer the axial position. This is called anomeric effect. The simple understanding of anomeric effect is write the oxygen in the middle of the ring, not in the end of the ring. So there are 2 possibilities, axial axial, axial equatorial, equatorial equatorial. So as per our understanding, axial axial is stable. So answer A is stable here. Here you have to learn 2 things. One is intracondensation. Intracondensation, what really occurs if you have ketone or carbonyl and a heteroatomic lone pair, you have condensation reaction. Then the anomeric effect. Anomeric effect means heteroatom in the cyclohexane always prefer the axial position. Then the question number 2. The starting metal is complex cyclohexane. Many double bonds are involved and many functional groups are involved. Alkene is there, oxygen is there, which is the ether form. Then the ETO also there. Here the heat is given. They ask you to find the product. By looking at the product, it's difficult to guess what really happened. This question is really the genius one. It involves 3 naming reaction and big structure. The answer is A. Let us see how. This question contains 3 rearrangements which is very hard to understand by looking at it. You have to practice and try. Here first step is sigmatropic rearrangement. The double bond moves and the ring also open there. Sigmatropic rearrangement between the 6 carbon. So new bond formation between 1 and 6. Bond breaking between 3 and 4, which is cyclohexane. And new double bond between 2, 3 and 4, 5. Here you make use of numbers, otherwise difficult to follow. Then the next step you have ether with conjugated alkene. Then you might guess it's a Claisen rearrangement. So Claisen rearrangement occurs there. So what really happens is O becomes CO there and bond breaking occurs between 8 and 9 and 211 new bond formation is there. So it's a simple Claisen rearrangement. Next step you have hydrogen, possibility of 6-member ring, then there is a Yin reaction. So Yin reaction, what really happens is hydrogen donates, new ring formation occurs. So ring is always stable, it forced to the ring formation. Here order of rearrangement doesn't matter. If you do multiple way, you end up in the same product because cyclohexane is the stable system. At last you end up with 2 bicycle system, which is cyclohexane form. Here you have to learn 3 rearrangements, which is sigmatropic rearrangement, Claisen rearrangement and Yin reaction. All will change the carbon skeleton. This question is the practice for total synthesis. It's basically designing a big molecule. Then the question number 3. The starting metal is alkyl system with two sides bromine and one ketone and two alkyl groups are there. Here they are given the base and ETO. They ask the product. The products are mostly bromine eliminated 1. So first is conjugated ketone, second is cyclohexyl ketone, third is conjugated ester, fourth is simple ester substitution. So from the answers and question you might understand that which bromine eliminates, which bromine reacts first. The answer is C. Let us see how. This question is about real understanding of basics. So if we use base, what really happens is acidic proton will be removed, so negative charge is formed. So the negative charge has to be quenched, so negative charge attacks the carbon, bromine leaves, new trimethyl system is formed. New cyclopropyl system is formed there with bromine. Again the system is strained full, still the base is available. So what really happens is base attacks the CO there. Then really happen is ring will be open. Here strain drive the reaction as well as conjugation drive the reaction. So after the attack CO forms and CC form also there. So CO bond form at 3, CC bond form between 1 and 2. So the answer is clearly C. Here you have to know two things, the order of the reaction and reactivity of the reaction. Order means reagents plays the specific role on initial, then it is a reagent here. First step is abstract the proton, second step it is a reagent. Then if there is a ring strain, if there is a possibility of conjugation, the reaction always proceed in that way to form the conjugated double bonds. Then the question number 4. The starting metal is cyclohexyl system with the NO and various temperatures are given. Both starting metals differ in the stereochemistry. The N position, the substituted N position is different, which is nitrogen oxide. So they ask you to find the product. The products are mostly differ in the stereochemistry of attached isopropyl group. So how the elimination? Basically elimination is occurred here. Which way elimination occurred is the real question. So elimination occurred near to the bond or above to the bond or below or above the plane. So the choices are many, you have to guess. So the question is really about stereochemistry and the reactivity, the relationship between stereochemistry and reactivity. Here by looking at the reagent and starting material, you might guess it's a Cope elimination, it's a syn elimination. What really mean by syn elimination? Both eliminating groups are at same side, so eliminate from the same side. Here starting metal only differ in the stereochemistry. We will rewrite it to the cyclohexyl form, which is in the chair form. So we rewrite first one NO above, the B1 or second one we write NO below. So it respectively remove the hydrogen from above and below. First reaction it remove the hydrogen from above the plane because nitrogen is above the plane. So it removed, finally you got alkene. So the final product is methyl above and isopropyl is below. So isopropyl group doesn't influence the reaction here. Similarly the next below one, remove the hydrogen from the below one, so you form the alkene. Finally you have alkene, all others are in the same position, so the both products are same, so you have answer C. Here you have to learn two things, one is Cope elimination. Cope elimination is a syn elimination, meaning both eliminating groups are at the same side. Second thing, always the functional groups in the cyclohexane given for the confusion most of the time. So you have to guess the role of other groups. If there is no influence, leave it. Don't confuse with the possibility of steric effect. Then the question number 5. The starting metal is cyclohexyl group attached with isopropyl and OH there and one alkene also there. Here you are using the reagent CBPA and azide and phosphine. Here they ask you to find the product. So from the product you might know alkene is reduced there and amine is positioned there. So how the alkene is reduced is the question there, and NH2OH also the possibility in the substitution. So it's addition reaction or kind of vegetable nitrogen formation, you have to guess. So basically the reaction is about all stereochemical addition of amine to the system. The answer is B. Let us see how. The starting metal contain alkene. If you rewrite it, you have to have the twisted form. So it's difficult to imagine. If you want, you draw and learn yourself. So I redraw it to the twisted form. Then you are using the epoxidation. Here for the convenience I written the epoch station below, but both are possible, above the plane or below the plane. End result will be the same here. So below the plane I shown. Next step is acid you are adding. Acid N3 minus is the nucleophile where it will attack. According to the first Plattner rule, nucleophile attack on the axial is stable. Y mean it only form the chair form, other one form the twisted boat form. So we have to attack the acid from the axial form. So it's the important one here. Then we rewrite it. Acid and alcohol are above and below the plane. Other things are remaining same. Then the next step, phosphine is attacked. Phosphine is very attractive to the oxygen, but phosphine attack only to the oxygen, specifically to the nitrogen. Here phosphine is attacked specifically to the nitrogen. Why? Because nitrogen has good leaving group, so phosphine attacks there. Then the next step, phosphine has very attraction towards oxygen, so it pull out the oxygen from the system. You have the cyclic kind of intermediate. Finally, the phosphine oxide elimination occurs there. So phosphine oxide elimination occur. You have bridged nitrogen there. So nitrogen is above the plane. Since amine group is above the plane, final amine group also above the plane. So the answer is clearly B. Here you have to learn two things. One is first Plattner rule. First Plattner rule says nucleophile always attack on the axial position. Second thing, phosphine attacks on the nitrogen, not on O. The nitrogen has good leaving group, hence the attack will be happen there. Then the next step, bridge formation is there. That's all from this episode. I hope it was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.